Throughout time, there have been men that have done many great things. But until now, only few have created successful podcasts. This one, however, will not only be successful, but will be the greatest of all time. Welcome to the Chrimcast.
What was your band name idea, Harry?
Well, I actually have two. Oh, actually three.
Okay.
One of them is Washboards for the Jews. The other one is Undercover Milk. And the third one is Beyond Cluters.
All right. Hello, everybody. We are live on the Chrimcast. Here with me today is my lovely co-host, Hollywood Harry. And
Hello.
then our guests for today are the voices behind Pierce Braxton and Professor Gyro, who is sadly deceased, Tone the Tap and Fred, and Jared.
Hey, what's up?
Salutations.
Who the hell is Jared?
I don't know, but we'll just call him Professor.
Your mom.
We'll just call him Gyro because that's how I know him as.
Oh yeah, the Greek sandwich. Love that shit.
Yes, gyros are very good.
So today, I think a good place to start would be talking about certain things involving a certain hotline that we all do together.
Yeah.
That works.
Sounds fair.
So I
Now-
guess a good way to start.
Yes.
Wait, Crimby, what were you going to say?
I was just gonna start off. I mean, what would you like to talk about first, since it's
Well,
yours?
I think since we're talking about the legal hotline, I think a good place to start would be how I actually started it, and like
Yeah.
why I started it. Okay, so you're probably all expecting some crazy story, but literally the only reason I started it is because I started watching the tech support hotline, and then I watched the therapy hotline like twice, and I was like, "This is cool. I want to start my own."
Yeah, I love those shows.
That's how I started it. And that
Yeah,
was-
I see. My perspective on it was like I had never watched any of those. I was never really interested in anything like that. And then Harry was like, "Yo, I'm making one. Do you want to come on it and like be a co-host and help me out with it?" And I was like, "Okay." And so then we recorded the pilot together.
yes.
And back then, we had 4 callers, and we still recorded for an hour.
we just took the same 4 callers over and over again, and honestly, it was a really good first episode, even though it was so little people. But
Gotta start somewhere.
hmm
Hey, you gotta start small, man. You know, you just gotta work your way up.
Literally,
And then
like background and everything, it was terrible. Like, the quality was bad. It was fun.
it was fun. Yeah, it wasn't. I wouldn't say that now it's super duper intense, but we definitely had less ideas for it, I guess, because at that point it was just going to be a normal hotline. You know?
Literally,
Yeah.
giving people legal advice for an hour and a half, a couple
Yeah.
times a week.
And then next episode, I called in as a character I was planning on doing called the Music Man, where I just came in and played music.
And that was supposed to be a one-time thing, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, maybe it would be like reoccurring. I don't know,
Yeah.
but like it wasn't supposed to be like that. But because I was also a co-host, I had permissions on the Discord server, so
To like rejoin the.
the on-air call without being moved in there.
Uh,
So
That
then,
was an oversight on my part, by the way. That was an oversight because you weren't supposed to have that.
yeah. So then, I left. Harry kicked me out, and then I came back and kept playing, and I did
And
that
I
like
was actually
3
shocked, but
times.
I stayed in character the whole time.
Yeah, you stayed in character, but I kind of realized, like, after the fact that I was like, wait a minute, that probably wasn't a good idea.
But it turned out to be the best thing that ever happened to the fucking show.
Yeah, because after that, I was just like, yo, Harry, what if the Music Man was like some weird eldritch god that was fucking with Samuel?
And then I said, what if we made the show into an ARG?
And that's how we got to where we are today. And then, as
Yeah.
we progressed, more people came on, we had more characters. And then, you know what? After adding you two, like,
It became a
to
Beatles
the
shit
show,
post.
it became, like, a lot more concise, like,
Yeah.
in our story
Yeah.
ideas.
And
Because
then it became a Beatles shit
the
post.
the only two ways we could provide exposition for the Music Man was through the Music Man himself and through somebody else. But then
Yeah.
again, another mistake happened when Gyro, you came in talking about the walrus.
Yeah, and how you started, and you also spoke about how you hacked into Franklin Bot, one of Crimpy's characters,
In
and how
my
you made the
in
Music
my
Man.
defense,
Yeah,
that was the first episode I've watched
That's
of
true.
the Hotline. I wasn't aware of any
No,
particular
but it's
storyline
okay
going on.
because
it was good. It was good.
It was good because the
I thought it was
mistake
pretty
the
good.
mistake you made me able to add more lore to the Music Man.
Yeah.
And then it also made it so that we could get another new character on. And
Yeah.
then we needed, because to make the Music Man more menacing, we had to have people that weren't the Music Man but worked for him, right? And
Right.
Like me?
yeah, like you, because you do a brilliant job playing a maniacal murderer
Yeah.
man, cult leader
Oh.
person.
Thank you.
He's got the look.
He does.
No,
You're sweet.
And then the
Yeah,
whole
but yeah, go on. Sorry.
the whole Beatles shitpost thing, that also kind of happened on accident,
Yeah.
because the walrus thing happened, and then I started picking Beatles songs to play
Yeah.
on the kazoo. That kind of like coincided with each other, like that happened around the same time.
And then I made the teaser trailer for the season 1 finale, which was literally an edited Beatles video with footage of a walrus and pictures of Pierce thrown in
Yeah.
with Beatles music thrown in over it, and wonderful narration by Tone. Goo goo.
Thank you.
Funny shit about
Ooh,
that.
good job.
The sound in the beginning, like the weird noise.
The reversed I Am the Walrus. Yes.
Yes, and I was sitting on
Where
the
you
edge.
going?
I was sitting on the edge of my bed. And Savannah was was asleep, right? And I started playing that on my phone speaker just out loud, and she woke up and it like infected her dream and started making her have a nightmare. Like that's how
Oh my
fucking
god,
effective
Ashley
it was.
caused her to have a nightmare? Holy shit.
Yep.
I mean, it was
teaser
just for a
trailer,
few seconds, but like she woke up and was like, "What are you doing?"
It was still it still had an effect, and that's when I knew I need to become a professional sound engineer.
See, because I feel like we have pretty good acting chops, voice
Yeah.
acting chops, whatever. I feel like we can play characters. I feel like we all have that ability. And then I'm good at, I wouldn't say writing horror, but like coming up with horror stories,
Yeah.
Right.
Because like I know what's like actually scary. Like jump scares and shit like that. I don't find that stuff scary. It
I
started
like more psychological.
Yeah, it's kind of cheap.
I like the more psychological stuff.
yeah,
Jump scares were bullshit.
Yeah, same here.
Look, I like jump scares when they're used for a reason. That's good.
they almost never are.
That's
though.
about it. Well, that's true. But most jump scare, actually, like a good 99% of them, I notice it's literally you have a shot in a movie, a character turns around and their fucking dog is standing behind them and barks, and that's a jump scare, apparently.
Either that
But-
or it's a wide shot from behind the character, close up
Right.
tight on face, down the hallway. Wide shot behind, close up on face, down the hallway. Over
Now,
and over
what
again
jump scare?
until they
what
get to the point with the jump scare. And then it's from the character's perspective, monster jumps out, and
Okay,
that's it.
one example of a jump scare that I thought was actually really well done. It was actually like effective at shaking me to my fucking core. So say what you will about this as an actual movie, but The Exorcist 3, I believe it was The Exorcist 3.
Mhm.
But there's one scene where there was it was like a still shot of some kind of room, like lobby in a hospital, and for about almost a minute and 30 seconds, the camera was just focusing on people walking in and out of the lobby, and then you see a nurse walk into a patient room, like a patient bedroom. A couple seconds later, you hear something, and a fucking cloaked guy walks out, and it's fucking jarring.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Personally, for me, my favorite type of like movie to strike fear to someone is someone who experiments with the gore genre or the psychological psyche. Like
Yeah.
the Human Centipede or a Serbian film
Mhm.
or Cannibal Holocaust. Fucking love those movies. Those movies really get at you. They disturb you with their fucking gore and
Cannibal
fucking
Holocaust made me
fucked up.
sad. Just like they actually killed real animals in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, at
Cannibal
least they keep
Holocaust,
that.
they may have also had actual human skulls on set.
I mean, hey, they want to bring up some realism into the movie. In
Oh
fact, the
yeah,
guy, the director, was sued for
He was, yeah.
suspicion of actually killing the actors.
Yeah.
And in my mind, I'm just like, holy shit! They
It was-
actually
it
convinced people
was-
that they actually killed people.
yeah, it
Holy
was
shit!
done so well that the effects were so good. Even at because at the time that movie was made, stuff like that wasn't common.
That was the granddaddy of found footage.
I think it was the first one, or one of the first ones.
Yeah. Fucking Paranormal Activity.
Blair
were-
Witch.
Okay, I'll be fair.
Nah,
the first
see,
Paranormal
okay.
Activity movie was actually okay.
I'm gonna
first one
say,
was-
the first Blair Witch is the kind of horror that I like because
Oh yeah, Blair Witch.
when a
Good
movie gives a concrete monster and you see it, like Jason Voorhees, that works for one movie, and then after that, it's no longer scary, right?
Fair
I
enough.
think what the original Blair Witch Project did so good was it never actually showed the monster.
Same thing with Cloverfield, the first Cloverfield.
They
You
showed
never-
it, but only like sporadically and
You
very
never
quickly.
see the whole thing until the very end of the movie, and even then, it's not even like a whole shot. And
What I
back to
liked about Blair Witch, I never saw it at all.
yeah, and like back to jump scare, because movies that make you think, are these people going insane, or is there actually something wrong? Like, is
Yeah.
there something attacking them? Because that's what's good about I guess two things. Looping back to jump scares, my preferred use of jump scares is if someone's paying attention to the scene, right? So it would be like a
Right.
wide shot of a room and something appears in the window, but it's not the focus of the scene, but if you see it, then you see it.
Kind of like
Yeah.
in the movie Sinister, like in every one of like the videos or pictures in that movie, they had like the ghost guy like in the background, but you didn't notice it until it was actually pointed
Yeah,
out in the movie.
and then when
Yeah,
you
they do it in a very subtle way.
subtlety is more it's subtlety is scarier than in your face
Okay.
shit, in my opinion.
Speaking of subtle horror movies, have you guys ever seen Lake Mungo?
No.
No, I haven't. What's
That
it about?
is okay. So it's like a fake documentary, basically about this family whose daughter drowned in a lake
Mhm.
while they were swimming there, and they wound up uncovering this whole like conspiracy about her, where she was living like a second life or whatever. And there's also ghosts thrown in. I'm not going to get into details because it's like worth going into fairly blind, but it's honestly the most terrifying movie I've ever seen, just because of how subtle it is.
Yeah, I think another movie that, or two movies that I would put up as great examples of psychological horror are The Shining and Sounds of the Lambs.
Oh
Ever heard of
yeah.
those?
Oh
Both
yeah.
great movies.
Both in some of my favorites
Those are
because
both great.
the thing about
Hannibal Lecter was fucking phenomenal.
oh yeah.
You know what?
You put the
so I have
lotion
a story.
inside the basket,
Hopkins.
or else it gets the
Anthony
hose.
Hopkins. Okay, I have a story, and it pissed me. And like when this happened to me, it pissed me off so much. It's probably
What's
going to
your
piss you guys off too. So I've got a story for you guys, personal experience. So
Mm.
I watched
Sorry,
The
Anthony
Shining.
Hopkins was
Anthony Hopkins was awesome as but okay, so a couple years. So I watched The Shining for the first time when I was 14 or 15, and the first time I watched it, it fucking terrified me. I really liked it, and I wanted to share it with a couple of my friends. So I invited them over, and I put it on for them. We were watching it together, and they started laughing at it and making fun of the movie for being stupid and not scary, and it pissed me off.
what dicks.
It
Yeah, but
pissed me off.
I have a few stories about both of those movies. First of all, The Shining. First story is involving my parents. My dad watched The Shining with my mom And you know the scene where, well, at the time my dad was taking like a bunch of painkillers because he broke his nose, right? And I think that's what it was for. I don't remember. But you know the scene when the woman is running through and she goes into that room and there's like that bunny person sucking the dude's dick.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
The
yeah.
bear.
My
Guy in the
dad,
bear costume.
yeah, my dad woke up in the middle of the night and saw my mom as that person and tried to get my dog to like our old dog to attack her.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
And see, well, I'm gonna switch to Silence of the Lambs after I'm done talking about The Shining. The
And after
Shining.
that, I got something too.
The Shining is one of those movies that it's another one of those movies like where I was talking about like is there something supernatural happening or is he just going crazy, you know?
Right.
But see in the book, which I have read the book,
I own the book.
it
but I
is
haven't read
it
it.
is it is outright like you know it is ghosts. Like there is no disputation. It is ghosts. Like which is why I stand to it this day. Stephen King sorry. Sorry. Stephen King should not be allowed to direct any visual media relating to his books. Because he always does it exactly by the book, and it usually doesn't translate well. Because,
I agree.
perfect example, the Shining miniseries versus the movie.
Look, if
Miniseries
there's
is
something-
shit.
Look, I love Stephen King. I love his books, but the man is not subtle at all.
The man cannot. Well, no, it is a perfect example of how Stephen King can be subtle until he snorts too much cocaine. The first.
I love how it turned from like, you know, a paranormal book about a killer clown
Mhm.
to a fucking eldritch turtle god versus a giant fucking spider that eats worlds that's still
Dude,
alive.
I read through fucking 900 pages of that book, and it was going
Also, the
great.
kid orgy.
The kid orgy too.
Yeah, and it was going fucking.
God, no.
It was going great, and then I got to the ending, and those last fucking 200 pages of that book was not worth my time.
Oh, he can't write ending. That's like a known fact.
Yeah,
And they take the piss out of it in the movies, you know.
Right, yeah, and the
What
second
the
hit
book-
movie, the recent one, they
Yeah, the
actually like
book-
joked around about it.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
And of course, I'm so glad they didn't do the fucking kid orgy shit. They just had her kiss all the
Oh,
boys
so am I.
instead of them actually
Oh
doing
my
stuff.
god.
yeah, but it was still weird. It was
That's
still
sick.
weird.
It was still weird, but like, you know, oh, how are we gonna get out of this danger? Let's fucking run train on the redhead. Like, what the fuck,
Yeah.
dude?
Jesus Christ.
No,
I have
Kirby, you
no
misunderstand it. That the whole point of that chapter,
Was to bring their friendships
Was-
closer together.
togetherness.
Yeah, togetherness.
Hey guys, I'll be right back. I just gotta do something real quick.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. And then so to talk about the Silence of the Lambs, I read the book before that because there's Red Dragon, Silence of the Lambs, and then
Right.
Hannibal, right? I read the book which is called Red Dragon to Savannah while I was reading it for a school project. Hannibal Lecter is one of the best written characters in
Oh, he's
media.
awesome.
Reading him is like so much fun. Like reading his lines. And then they
ever told you about the lambs, Clarice?
but I'm gonna tell you about something. I'm gonna tell you something bad that happened.
Okay.
Oh God.
After the second book, the author went batshit crazy.
Oh.
The third book, Hannibal Lecter. Oh, I'm actually going to read you the plot synopsises for these shits
Okay.
because like that they're actually that bad. Hold on. Like for real. I need to share this with you. Let's see.
I'm curious now.
Hannibal.
You know the Red Dragon film wasn't actually that bad.
Was that the one with the Gary Oldman in it?
I believe so.
Didn't he play like Mason Verger or something? Like skinless guy or whatever. Gary Oldman's fucking awesome, by the way.
No, wait. That was Hannibal.
Oh, okay.
Red Dragon had Ralph Fiennes.
Oh.
Red Dragon was basically an updated take on
All right.
Manhunt.
All right. I'm gonna read this shit to you. I'm gonna try to go fast.
Manhunter.
Okay.
I'm going to try to go fast. 7 years after the Buffalo Bill case, FBI agent Clarice Starling witnesses her career crumble around her. During a botched drug raid, Starling kills a meth dealer who was holding a baby. Fugitive serial killer Hannibal Lecter, who has been living in Florence, Italy under an assumed name, sends her a letter of condolences and requests more information about her personal life. Desperate to catch Lecter, the FBI tasks Starling with apprehending him. Now, why would they put Starling on the case if they know that she's being mentally profiled by him? Anyway, she meets with Barney Matthews, former orderly of the Baltimore State Hospital for the criminally insane, which is where Lecter used to stay. When Barney asked Starling if she ever feared Lecter visiting her, she replied that she did not, as said he wouldn't. Meanwhile, Mason Verger, a wealthy sadistic pedophile whom Lecter disfigured during a therapy session years before, plans to get revenge by feeding Lecter to wild boars.
What the fuck?
Using Starling as bait, he is aided by corrupt Justice Department agent Paul Krendler, Starling's nemesis. He just came out of fucking nowhere. Ronaldo Pazzi, a disgraced Italian detective, pursues Lecter in the interest of collecting Verger's bounty on him. However, Lecter disembowels and hangs Pazzi in reference to the lynchings of the Pazzi conspirators. After killing one of Verger's men, Lecter escapes to the United States, where he begins pursuing Starling. And then there's some other shit. Briefly touches upon Lecter's past. The two were orphaned during World War II, and a group of deserters killed and ate Misha, his sister.
Oh.
But we'll get to that, because there's another book, and it's fucking so much worse than this.
What's the other one?
I forgot what it's called, but it's about his past.
Hannibal Rising?
Yes, it's called Hannibal Rising, and it paints him, instead of him being a sadistic killer that just, like, is a killer, you know, he's just insane and does it, he has reasoning behind his killings and is now a sympathetic anti-hero instead of just straight-up villain.
Why would he make a therapist
Anyway, though,
manipulates and eats his patients?
Sympathetic? Well, you'll see. Barney briefly works for Verger. So, you know, the guy that him and Starling are supposed to be apprehending? Well, Barney goes to work for that guy, meeting Verger's sister and bodyguard Margot, a lesbian bodybuilder whom Verger molested and raped as a child.
Huh.
Her father disinherited her after learning of her homosexuality. Margot, who is infertile, tells him that she works for her brother because she needs Mason's sperm to have a child with her partner Judy.
The fuck?
What the flying fuck?
That's fucking weird.
Verger's men capture Lecter, and Starling pursues them. When Starling catches up to Lecter, she is able to cut him free before succumbing to tranquilizer darts shot by one of Verger's men. The boars are unleashed by Lecter. They feed on the henchmen that Starling had already shot dead, or incapacitated, but ignore Lecter when they smell no fear on him. In the confusion, Lecter carries the unconscious Starling to safety and escapes. At the same time, Margot releases one of the henchmen and kills another. Then, obtains Mason's sperm by sodomizing him with a cattle prod, and murders him by shoving his pet moray eel in his mouth.
The fuck?
Let me just read that again. Sodomizing him with a cattle prod. Lecter,
Fuck.
Lecter, who had briefly treated Margot after her brother abused her, had urged her to blame the murder on him, so she leaves a piece of Lecter's scalp at the scene.
The fuck?
Using a regimen of psychotropic drugs and behavioral therapy, Lecter attempts to brainwash Starling, hoping to make her believe she is his sister returned to life. She ultimately resists, however, and tells him that his sister will have to live on within him. Lecter captures Krendler, who is, I guess, the rival from before that isn't there anymore. Captures and lobotomizes Krendler, and then he and Starling eat Krendler's brain together. And then Starling,
I saw that scene from the movie.
And then Starling undresses and offers her breast to Lecter, which he accepts. Then the two become lovers and disappear together.
What do you mean offers her?
That is a good question.
Eat them?
I guess so.
My God.
Now,
At least King got back on track when he did the fucking drugs. This is fucking bullshit. What the
Jesus
fuck?
Yeah, it was
Christ.
literally just between books. Like, Red Dragon, super fucking good. Silence of the Lambs, literally one of the best horror novels ever written. And then next book, it's just this shit. So now it's time for Hannibal Rising, which I think this is just, my god. Opening in Lithuania during 1941, Hannibal Lecter is 8 years old and living in a castle with his parents and his sister. With the castle located near the eastern front of World War II, the Lecter family escapes to their lodge to elude the advancing German troops. With the castle abandoned, it is soon raided by the Germans and civilians aiding them, their hidden art collection being among the stolen loot. 3 years later, an advancing Soviet tank stops at the Lecter's family lodge looking for water, only to be bombed by a German Stuka. The explosion killing all but the children surviving in the lodge. Hannibal and Misha are captured when 6 deserters appear: Vladis Grudas, Zigmas Milko, Branis Grentz, Enrikas Dorlich, Petras Kolnas, and Kazis Porvik. Storming and looting the lodge, they lock the Lecters in the barn, running low on supplies as soldiers soon take Misha. Realizing they intend to cannibalize her, Hannibal tries to stop them, only to have his arm broken before he blacks out. And that is the opening of the book. Hannibal is later spotted by Soviet tank crew wearing shackles and red and mute, returned to Lecter Castle, now a Soviet orphanage. Hannibal is found to be irreparably traumatized. Removed from the orphanage by his uncle Robert Lecter, Hannibal goes to live with him in France with his aunt. Would you like to know what his aunt's name is?
I would.
Lady Murasaki.
What the fuck?
That means Lady Purple in English for everybody who doesn't speak Japanese.
What the fuck?
Visiting a marketplace with his aunt, Lecter assaults butcher Paul Momond when he insults Murasaki. Count Lecter, learning of the slight against his wife, violently confronts the butcher and collapses and subsequently dies from a heart attack. So, like...
All right, I'm back.
Oh, I'm reading the plot of Hannibal Rising, which is the 4th book. You missed somebody getting sodomized by a cattle prod. It's okay.
Yep.
The cattle
shit.
bullshit was bad enough, but Clarice cutting off her breast, that's fucking
See, I don't know. I don't know if that's what happened. He just says offers her breasts. I don't know if that means.
Cutting them off. I assume it means cutting them off.
I assume it means she opened her shirt and Hannibal may have eaten them off her. I don't know.
Oh my god.
Okay, what the fuck?
I don't know. Anyway, though, so what I've just explained is that this man got so mad at somebody for insulting his wife that he had a heart attack and died. That is Hannibal Lecter's uncle.
Wow.
Holy shit.
So then, losing most of the Count's estate due to death duties, Lecter and Murasaki move across France, and Lecter flourishes as a medical student, assisting by preparing cadavers for lessons. Locating Momon the Butcher, Lecter murders him for his actions. His first killing was revenge. And by the way, you know how in the movie, or at least in Red Dragon, he has 9 known victims, right?
Yeah.
Right.
This book paints it as the first 7 of his victims are all revenge cases.
Seriously.
Yes.
What is it with Hollywood and just taking the monster out of fucking good villains?
Well, this isn't even Hollywood. It's fucking Thomas Harris, the guy who wrote Hannibal in the first place.
Fair
It's
enough.
the same dude who wrote it. This is a book I'm reading about. I'm not talking about a movie.
Fair enough.
Anyway, though, he
There was
kills.
a Hannibal Rising movie.
Yeah, there was. There was also a Hannibal movie. There's movies for all the books, but none of them are as popular as Silence of the Lambs because Silence of the Lambs is like a triumph.
Yeah, Silence of the Lambs is at the top. Red Dragon is at the second. The other two, they don't exist.
They don't even touch the quality of the first 2 books. Anyway, though, he finds the butcher, kills him, eats his cheeks, and then, suspected by a police officer, Lecter escapes suspicion when Murasaki falsifies evidence suggesting that Momon's death was political. Using sodium thiopental to recall the lodge, Lecter remembers his sister's murder and her killer's faces, and that the lodge was shelled. the building burning and soldiers fleeing. Lecter was freed by Porvik, who was then crushed by falling debris. Working with Popel to recover his family's stolen art, Lecter attends a recovered art exhibition with Murasaki. So literally, the police officer that thinks Hannibal Lecter killed this dude is now allowing him to work with him.
God damn.
Fucking strange.
To find art that was stolen in World War II. Which was, at this point, I think, like, let's see, he's 15 now, I think. So it was art stolen in World War II, fucking 7 years ago. And this inspector is just like, all right, let's go fucking get it. So he recovered art exhibition with Murasaki and speaks with one of Grutas's men selling the art. Afraid he will uncover their identities, Grutas sends Dortlich to murder Lecter. Returning to the dilapidated lodge, Lecter searches the ruins and finds a bag of buried loot, which also contains the hidden dog tags of his captors. So now he knows all their names. Attacked by Dortlich, Lecter strikes him with a shovel and ties him to a tree stump. Noosed to a horse, Dortlich confirms Grentz relocated to Canada and that Cullen's own a restaurant and blah, blah, blah. And he just explains where all of them. Then Lecter uses the horse to tear off this dude's head.
Huh.
And then, who insists, oh yeah, there's some weird shit that happens. Returning to France, Lecter is kissed by his aunt, who insists that he promised to stop killing and to cooperate with the police officer. Lecter responds that he already promised revenge for his sister and leaves. Lecter continues his studies only to be stalked during his night shift by one of the other fucking goons. Outwitting one of the other goons and drugging him, Lecter interrogates him for information on Grutas before throwing him in an embalming tank and incinerating his remains.
Oh.
So basically the rest of the book is just him going through and killing everybody else, and then he gets found out. Lecter carves several M's into Grutas, fatally wounding him. Arrested by Popel, Lecter is soon freed when popular support for his... Oh yeah! Dude, he is arrested and in police custody, but then people are like, wait a minute, he killed a bunch of war criminals.
The fuck?
So he should be let go. And then he gets...
You adults.
And then, not only is he let go, he is also allowed to work at Johns Hopkins Hospital in Baltimore, Maryland.
The fuck?
And that's how that book ends.
What is this author fucking thinking?
I don't know.
What was he thinking? What was he thinking?
His first two books were amazing, and then he just puts out that shit and decides Hannibal Lecter needs to be a likable character and an anti-hero, not an actual villain monster person.
He went off the rails.
On a crazy
Bless
train. Thank you.
Why would you want Hannibal goddamn Lecter to be
A sympathetic villain?
Bless you.
I don't know.
Thank you.
What's your opinion
Because
on
I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen the Hannibal TV series. I haven't.
I've
I
seen
think
a
even
few
that-
I haven't
episodes.
either.
I think even in that show, Hannibal's not supposed to be like an anti-hero. I don't think. I'm not sure though. I haven't seen it.
I'm pretty sure in Hannibal, he assists the police by killing people that are like him.
Oh,
So like
so it's like
The- the po-
fucking Dexter.
the police officers. Oh no, I'm thinking of Dexter. Never mind.
Yeah, you're thinking of Dexter. Which,
Yeah.
by the way, the first 4 seasons of Dexter are fucking incredible. Then it went off
See,
the
I
rails.
think that's a good idea, honestly. Like in the real world, like
Yeah.
give these murderers like you have sociopathic people in the world, right?
Yeah.
Who can kill without remorse, right?
Yeah.
Why not make those people productive members of society and feed their itch as well to keep them off the streets killing people? Give them the rapists and the pedophiles and the people who've committed crimes against other humans, and then they get to kill people, and you get to take dangerous men off the streets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. That kind of
I-
sounds like he's kind of playing into a prisoner who was killing people into their certain fantasies. Isn't the
Yeah.
point of the justice system to redeem or punish or hold accountable these prisoners.
Well, in my opinion, that if you sexually assault someone, you're irredeemable.
Yes, I agree. But I'm just talking about murder and whatnot.
It depends
You
on
know,
the situation of the murder. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like if you murder someone just to murder them, obviously that's not like good. But if like you say you murdered someone because they killed
If it,
someone close to you,
or if it was like self-defense or an act of revenge. But
yeah,
if you have sociopathic tendencies and you're just committing murders to commit murders, then that's different.
yeah,
I'm not saying give all murderers to those guys, because certain murders there is reasoning behind it and those people are good people. I'm talking about
Yeah.
absolute scum of humanity,
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
And that's just me doing weird shit, because I have a little bit of that going on, just a little bit, but luckily I don't want to kill anybody anymore.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
I have appreciation for human life because I fell in love with a lady. Grandma. Anyway, though,
Grandma, your cave pussy. Oh, your little sperm ghosts are coming out.
Jesus
Dr.
fucking
Gyro,
Christ.
Yes.
earlier you said, why does Hollywood take the monsters out of villains, or whatever you said?
I said, why do Hollywood think it's a good idea to normalize or humanize, already
Villains.
established, yeah.
Perfect example. Thanos.
Yep.
In the comics, he is not any, literally all that backstory for Thanos from Infinity War in the MCU. It's kind of made up. Just a little bit. Most of it. And his character, mostly made up. Because Thanos is straight up evil in the comics. His whole reasoning for wiping out half of the life in the universe is not because he wants to save the universe. It is because he wants to have sex with the Grim Reaper.
Right.
He has a hard-on for Death, who has a hard-on for Deadpool.
Yeah, I kind of wonder how big Thanos' penis happens to be.
Probably.
It's a titan.
Do you think it has? Do you think it looks anything like his chin with like the ridges?
I'd say somewhere between Tony Stark, as in like Tony Stark's the high end, somewhere between Tony Stark and fucking what's his name, Doctor Strange. Like when it comes to dick size, Tony Stark has the biggest dick in the MCU. I don't care what anybody says.
I mean, the Hulk and Hulk form.
No. Tony Stark's dick is bigger.
Well, I mean,
what the hell, Stephen Strange?
Yes. What about him?
You were talking about Doctor Strange. His name it's Stephen. I was thinking,
Stephen Strange, Sorcerer Supreme, Quad S.
Yeah. I was about to say Hugo, but I was like, no, Hugo's a Batman character.
Can we talk about
Batman?
Yeah.
Hugo Strange.
Speaking of Batman, have you guys seen the new trailer for the 2021 Batman movie starring Robert Pattinson, who's an incredible actor, by the way, if you forget about Twilight?
Yeah.
Wait, Robert Pattinson's going to be playing Batman?
Yes.
Do you remember when everybody just fucking hated and shitted on fucking Twilight?
I still shit on Twilight.
I think Twilight's
not because it's a bandwagon, but because I genuinely think those movies are bad, and I stand by my decision.
Look, I haven't read the books.
I have watched all of those movies. I've watched all.
I've watched all of them twice. Okay.
And I still before I watched them, I was like, I don't like these movies because nobody likes these movies. Yeah. Now, I don't like these movies because there is so much shit in them that is just stupid.
They're irredeemable. They gave us 50 Shades of Grey.
Yep.
That's a war crime.
But Robert Pattinson is going to be playing Batman in the new movie.
I don't have any
I'm
faith.
I'm gonna give it a chance.
I don't have any faith in the DC movies anymore. The last,
in
my opinion, the last good DC movie that was put out was probably Wonder Woman.
What about Joker?
Yeah, Joker.
Well, that's different.
Yeah, Joker's
though.
good.
That's
Well,
different.
Joker's not
feel
part of the
that's
DC
different.
cinematic universe.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's
Also,
different.
what
Because
you gotta know?
guess who
New- can I-
is part of the DC cinematic universe? Not that
Batman.
Joker, Jared Leto
Jared
Joker.
Leto. But can I say something?
Jesus.
Can I say something? The new Batman movie, the Robert Pattinson Batman, that's not part of the DC cinematic universe either. That's its own universe.
I feel like Sony should give up the rights to Spider-Man so that we can
They
have.
should. They should give it up completely. Because you know what they're doing right now with Spider-Man? They're having Spider-Man, Tom Holland Spider-Man, be a part of the MCU and Sony Spider-Man universe.
But
What the fuck?
Yes.
But to be fair, if they give up the rights to Spider-Man, then that means that the new Spider-Man video game with Miles Morales as the main character
Would have never happened.
I
true.
think, and this is just a theory I have, I think after that game comes out, they're going to give up the rights.
Well,
I
that's
think
not
the
the
reason-
actual.
I think
the actual sequel of Spider-Man game. That's like an expansion.
I know it's an expansion. I thought it was a new game.
No, it's not.
entirely.
It's not like a full-fledged game. It's like a 12-hour-long expansion.
Oh
it's not the
shit!
actual sequel.
What?
Yeah,
Dude,
I was
that's
disappointed when I found out.
oh fuck.
Yeah,
What
it's just an
kind of
expansion.
scummy bullshit is that to charge for a fucking expansion?
I know.
Yeah, dude.
It's
I
an
don't
expansion
know.
with updated graphics.
It's just that like I think Spider-Man Homecoming and Spider-Man Far From Home were both probably the best Spider-Man movies that have come
I
out.
agree.
Spider-Man 2?
Spider-Man 2 is my favorite. One of my
Okay,
favorite.
I'm just
superhero
gonna
movies of
say
all time.
something.
But
When it comes to portrayals of Spider-Man, Sam Raimi's is the. I know I'm probably gonna get shit for this, but I liked Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man better than Peter Parker from the first
Okay.
original trilogy.
can I say something?
Not
Can
saying I
give my
like the
opinion?
Amazing Spider-Man movies better than the
Can I-
original trilogy, but I like
Okay.
Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man better.
Look, I have an opinion that I don't know how many of you are going to agree with me, but fucking Toby Maguire. I thought he was really good as Peter Parker. Okay, really good Peter Parker. Didn't like him so much as actual Spider-Man.
Mm-mm.
Andrew
That's
Garfield was the opposite. Great Spider-Man. Not he was like too cool to be Peter Parker. Tom Holland's fucking perfect as both.
Exactly.
That's
And he's
fair.
actually like high school age, or he was high school age.
Also,
At the time Civil War came out.
Sam Raimi's Spider-Man completely forgot about the part where he actually wasn't a photographer. He worked
Yep.
with fucking Oscorp with Dr. Connors, and
Yeah.
that he didn't shoot fucking organic webs out of his wrists. He had web
See,
shooters that he
I
built
like
himself.
the organic webs. I like the organic webs because you know. Because
Mm,
you
I
know
have
he
one- I
got
have
bitten
one.
by a radioactive spider. He's able to climb up walls
and it has super
Why can't you
strength
shoot
and
webs?
spider sense and all shit.
too.
I have one thing to settle all this. Alfred Molina as Dr. Octopus.
He was fucking great.
Yeah, I don't. No, I'm saying that
I'm just,
Spider-Man 2 is better than the Amazing Spider-Man movies, right?
It is.
Uh-huh.
Andrew Garfield is a better Spider-Man than Tobey Maguire. But
fair enough.
What?
Tom Holland is because okay, when we're talking about Peter Parker, he's a 15 to 16-year-old kid in high school.
Yeah.
In the first movie, Tobey Maguire looks 35.
You know
Yeah.
what? That is a good point.
He is not a kid. He's not a kid. None of them are. And then it's like all these people are supposed to be like, I don't know. It just he doesn't work as Spider-Man. He works as Peter Parker. He does not work as like what Harry said. Peter Parker Tobey Maguire works perfectly as Peter Parker. He does not work well as Spider-Man in my opinion.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And Andrew Garfield works fine as Spider-Man, not too good as Peter Parker because
Yeah.
like Andrew Garfield's like the fucking cool kid you would be intimidated by in high school. You'd be intimidated by him if you saw him.
I don't know. He's
You would
kind of
think
a
you'd believe.
tweak.
I don't fucking know.
He's
He's
kind
kind
of
of
a
a
tweak.
still, he fucking
I guess
skateboards
that's
through the
the
hallways.
appeal.
He skateboards through the fucking hallways.
Yeah, dude, it's like you don't give Peter Parker a fucking skateboard. You have him get hit over the head with a skateboard by Flash Thompson.
Yeah.
Well, in my personal opinion, here's my personal opinion on Andrew Garfield playing Spider-Man. I feel like that he played the
God
role
damn it.
okay. You know, wasn't great, wasn't good, wasn't fantastic. He played it.
I
Okay.
think that was mainly
That's
because of the
it.
script.
The Amazing Spider-Man
Yeah.
2 was a good movie. I liked it.
I thought
It was fine.
I thought it was enjoyable.
But killing off
Gwen Stacy.
yeah, that was kind of dumb. I didn't like that.
Yeah, I mean, it
Oh,
happened in the
yeah.
comics. You could argue that it was comic book accurate, but it's a fucking adaptation. It doesn't have
Thing
to be
about
yeah.
it is,
100%
I
accurate.
think they played the trump card way too soon.
Yeah.
Like, they could have saved that for, well, if the Amazing Spider-Man 2 didn't fucking tank at the box office, who knows? We probably would have got it.
They also crammed Harry Osborn into the Amazing Spider-Man 2 for no reason.
Yeah.
Only to introduce the Green Goblin. That's all.
Yep.
And you would think they wouldn't repeat the same mistakes that Spider-Man 3 did with with too many villains.
You want
But no.
you want to talk about the best Spider-Man movie to come out?
Okay.
Into
Yes.
the Spider-Verse.
I agree.
Yes.
That is
That
the
was an
best
incredible
Spider-Man.
movie.
That movie is in a league of its own compared to all the ones we're talking about. Maybe okay. If we're talking live action, the newest Spider-Man movies are the best ones.
Yes.
They get
But
Peter.
like animated, like any media at all into the Spider-Verse was fucking great.
Yeah. They live action Peter Parker. Tom Holland is the best portrayal, and it's the most accurate to the comics without getting too by the books. You know what I mean? Like it's its own story, but the characters are accurate.
Yeah.
I else think
Now-
that Venom was just okay.
Venom, I enjoyed Venom.
I thought it was enjoyable. I just thought it was rushed.
Yeah.
Also,
Now, if we're talking really good Spider-Man media, like in general, like animated shows or whatever, I'd have to argue my two favorite Spider-Man stories was 2018 or 2019 the game came out. The PS4 Spider-Man game, I thought the story was fucking awesome. And the Spider-Man animated show from the 90s, from
Oh, yeah.
1994
Mhm.
specifically,
yeah,
was fucking incredible.
because see the animated shows, at least the older ones, they started off after Peter was out of high school,
Yeah.
so it made more sense.
You know
Right.
what I love about the most recent Spider-Man movies, like Far From Home and Homecoming?
hmm
They're not another origin story. Thank God.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he's just already Spider-Man. That's his. He's
That's
just
why.
there.
That's part of the reason I'm excited for this new Batman movie, because it's not going to be an origin story. It's going to take place like a year after he becomes Batman. So
Well, wasn't the Ben Affleck one also not an origin story?
it was not, but it was
Yeah.
sloppily done.
Also
Well,
because
didn't it have like a little section to where it showed, his parents?
I don't know,
I
Batman v
think so.
Superman.
Yeah, it
was,
showed his parents getting killed.
Batman v Superman was a travesty.
You know what's funny?
I saw it in
the guy-
theaters. I thought it was fun, but it wasn't good.
You know what? What's funny is that the guy who played what the hell's he also played Negan in Walking Dead. He played Thomas
Jeffrey Dean
Wayne,
Morgan.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan, thank you.
Yeah.
And the comedian in Watchmen.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Watchmen's a really good movie.
Oh, yeah,
Graphic
definitely.
novel's even better,
Watchmen's underrated in my opinion.
but the graphic novel's even better than the movie.
Oh yeah,
Well, yeah.
I agree. Well, of course
But-
it is. I mean,
Like
They
fucking
claim that
Rorschach
this
is
movie
awesome.
yeah. They claim this movie was unfilmable.
Huh.
And I mean, it turned out all right.
The movie was okay.
they
I
claim
enjoyed
that
it.
Watchmen was unfilmable. Why?
Because of the source material.
Really.
That's
Huh.
well, they made a pretty fucking good movie.
They did.
And,
Okay,
by
speaking-
and by Zack Snyder, of all people.
Zack Snyder did Watchmen?
Yes.
Really? I did not know that. But
No.
speaking of
It's-
really good movies, and I know we were talking about like Hannibal Lecter and shit earlier.
Mhm.
Getting back into the serial killer, like fictional serial killer route. Have you guys ever seen Seven before?
I have not.
No, but
It's on my
I've seen the beginning. Like
It is
I've seen the
probably-
beginning so many times, but I've never watched the whole movie.
Dude, you gotta
on my-
watch through the whole thing. It is my favorite crime thriller of all time.
It's on my list.
Watch it. It's so
I want to
fucking good.
watch there's a movie called Seven Psychopaths that I want to watch.
I haven't heard of that. I have not heard of
It's
that.
got fucking Christopher Walken in it. I've only seen a few
Oh.
scenes from it, but
Oh, have you guys?
Christopher Walken steps out of a car, and there's a dude pointing a fucking shotgun at him. And the
Huh.
dude with the shotgun says, "Put your hands in the air." And Christopher Walken is just like, "No." And then the dude with the shotgun's like, I have a shotgun, and then Christopher Walken's like, I don't care.
Christopher Walken is a fucking Chad.
Oh, he's fucking awesome.
Oh yeah.
That reminds me of that shotgun, though. That reminds me of that one scene from the movie Hot Fuzz, where an old lady steps up from behind a fence, aims a shotgun, like a sawed-off shotgun, at Simon Pegg. Simon Pegg looks at the old lady and drop kicks her.
Drop kicking old ladies.
Yeah.
Dude. You know what some movies, I mean, well, to get on the topic of the DCU, I've been so disappointed by them for the past years that I've lost all hope. I've lost all hope.
So let me talk about the DC Cinematic Universe.
Sorry.
Okay. Sorry, you go first.
I'm gonna say something that'll probably get me lynched. I liked Man of Steel.
I liked Man of Steel too.
I did too.
I thought it was okay.
Man of Steel was a really good starting point for a cinematic universe.
But guess what?
It's not as bad as people make it out to be, but
they took it and then they fucked it. They fucked it.
Okay, so the DC Cinematic Universe movies I do like. Just gonna get this off the table. Aquaman, I thought was good. Wonder Woman, I thought was good. Man of Steel, I thought was good. I have not seen Shazam. I have not seen Shazam.
That seems like, I don't know why, but for all the promotional material, it seems more of like a kiddie movie.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
Shazam, the trailers for Shazam felt way more Marvel than DC.
They did.
Yeah.
Also, Marvel is way better than DC in any media. I don't care what anybody says, because
now the only DC media I think is better than Marvel.
Anything.
Some of the Batman comics, a lot of the Batman comics.
Most of the shit with Batman is good. Batman by himself is better than most of the DC universe.
I agree.
Arkham Asylum, Arkham City.
Even Arkham Knight was fucking awesome. I don't
like Arkham Asylum because of what they did to the Joker.
Fair enough.
Arkham Asylum was fucking great, though.
It's a good game, but they kind of fucked up at the end there.
Well, God, the ending was definitely a weak point.
It was, but the game as a whole I thought was really good.
I don't know.
Arkham City was really good. Arkham Knight I thought was fucking great.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, see, the problem with DC's characters is that they are gods amongst humans. Yeah. All of them. They are.
Now, what I like about Batman, Batman's just a guy.
Batman's just a guy. That's why he's relatable.
With a suit and money.
That's why he's relatable.
The Flash is also a guy.
Well, I mean, the Flash could run a super speed.
Okay.
So.
If you've seen some of the newer shit they've done with Flash in the comics, Flash is no longer just a man.
He can fucking time travel.
He can time travel. He also absorbs.
He can reset universes.
He can reset universes. He absorbed the soul of the Grim Reaper and became a death god.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you didn't see that one coming?
What else I like about Batman,
are they smoking?
You know what else I really like about Batman, though?
Also because...
Batman has the best villains.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
like, definitely. Joker's obviously, like, a given. Like, he's fucking... I believe the Joker is one of the best villains ever created.
Joker rules. Two-Face rules.
But then you also got Two-Face. Scarecrow was fucking awesome.
Now, let me tell you. Yeah. My favorite portrayal of both the Joker and Two-Face that I've seen, other than Mark Hamill's in the animated series, when it comes to Joker, The Dark Knight.
Yes.
Harvey Dent as Two-Face, and also the Joker in those movies, some of the best portrayals.
I agree.
Yeah. Aaron Eckhart was phenomenal. Heath Ledger was phenomenal.
And people fucking doubted that Heath Ledger would be great too.
I don't know why.
Like, why? But like that's the reason I feel like people should like wait until the Robert Pattinson Batman comes out.
God, if Heath Ledger was still alive for Suicide Squad, maybe that movie wouldn't have sucked.
Well,
it would have sucked.
I doubt they would have recast Heath Ledger for that because Dark Knight wasn't part of the DC.
Also, it's a very different movie.
Because like Suicide Squad was like.
Oh my god!
I feel like for that movie, DC took way too much.
They're making a sequel.
Guardians of the Galaxy. I thought it was a reboot
by James Gunn, the guy who managed to bring Guardians of the Galaxy and made it.
So maybe this one will be good. Maybe it'll be good. I like James Gunn.
Dude, But as I
James
was,
Gunn,
what I was saying about the DCU
the director for
versus
Guardians of the Galaxy. Huh.
is directing Suicide Squad 2. But what I was saying about DC versus Marvel, Marvel has characters that feel human. They are some of them are gods, but Thor feels more human than the Flash.
Right.
That is true. The
Because
strength, I like it. Another.
also because DC is written by a shit ton of different people. Marvel for the first most of the iterations was all written by one guy. Characters are consistent. And
Kevin Feige, right?
yeah, and instead of first I'm the movies, I'm talking about comics too.
Oh yeah.
And
when Marvel was first started, it was like literally Stan Lee and like 2 other guys.
Yeah, and they had what was I gonna say? Fucking in the Marvel universe, whenever they wanted to introduce a new Spider-Man, they didn't reboot the entire series. They said this is either a new universe or this is someone else from the same universe who is of the same situation, you know?
Yeah.
Peter Parker is either dead or training somebody when a new Spider-Man is introduced. Iron Man is either in the future or from a different universe.
Yep.
But we have about 40,000 different versions of Superman, and all of them are technically the same dude.
True. Yeah. I mean, what is your overall opinion on Superman as a character?
I fucking Silver Age Superman is good. Yeah. Prime 1 Million Superman is good. New 52 is Superman is good.
Golden Age Superman. I've never been a Superman fan. I've never been a Superman fan.
I don't.
I've always thought he was too goody.
When I say good, I mean that he's not as bad as other versions. I don't like most DC villains are great. DC heroes kind of suck. Other than Barry Allen's Flash and Bruce Wayne's Batman, I don't like any of the other heroes. Honestly.
I feel the same way, honestly.
Actually, you know what? Kid Flash was cool too.
Nightwing's cool.
Yeah.
But that's like a Batman.
But that's Dick Grayson's Robin into Nightwing, also good. But again, guess
Red
what?
Hood is cool. I mean, he's more like an anti-hero, but
yeah, I mean, most characters that are in Batman's kind of area, they're good.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Robin's cool. Most of the Teen Titans are cool.
Yeah.
I say most. Because there's certain iterations of the Teen Titans that should never have happened.
Teen Titans Go?
Remember when
you dare speak that name in my presence?
Remember when the Teen Titans Go movie came out? And remember when the Teen Titans Go movie came out and they had an after credits scene with the actual Teen Titans in it that said they might have found a way out of whatever they were in? And they made a new Teen Titans Go movie where it was the Teen Titans Go fighting the actual Teen Titans. It was terrible.
I didn't know that. Did that come out in theaters?
I think so.
When?
Last year, maybe.
All right, you know what? Let's do something cool.
Yeah, it's question time.
Yo.
Ooh, it's time for
Enough. It's time for questions. So
Sweet.
There's nobody in the chat right now to bring in to call.
I thought Russ was in there before.
Yeah, I saw him, but I don't know if he's here anymore.
Oh.
It's okay though.
He's includers.
Yo, you could kick me out of here and pull me back in if you want me to.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine. I'll just read some of the questions. Well, actually, I have a few stories that people have wanted me to tell, just about me. Which male Nintendo character would you have sex with?
I would that's a tough one.
Link. Definitely Link.
I would go for Link too. Link.
Hey, he's a femboy, and I would definitely fuck that femboy fucking elf ass.
Honestly, okay, I'm gonna be 100% honest.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be 100% honest. Waluigi, he's very limber.
Would you fuck Link if he was wearing his Gerudo outfit from Breath of the Wild?
Yeah, definitely.
I would.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. This is a tough one. Fucking
Star Fox.
I'd fuck Mr. Game and Watch.
What is this furry
Well-
bullshit?
And I know
What
what you're
about,
saying, Mr. Game and
what
Watch.
about-
Why would you fuck Mr. Game and Watch? Because he can literally just pull shit out of his ass and do whatever. So it's got to be deep.
You are forgetting about his that he can transform into a giant tentacle octopus. So if you're in the
transform-
tentacles, yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that. Well, I'm trying to think. I'd probably obviously Kid Link from Ocarina of Time, not Adult Link.
Wait, you?
For legal reasons, that's a joke.
Oh, yeah. I have to be an internet lawyer. You want to watch? You might want to watch what you say around me.
Yeah, I have to.
Shit.
We
I'm
both
an internet lawyer.
we both have to impersonate lawyers on the internet.
Yeah.
For legal reasons, that's a satire.
I
It is
say
a
Lucina.
satire. Legally. Legally, I'm not an actual lawyer,
All
but
right, and then
Jesus. I guess Captain Falcon.
Captain Falcon would be a good pick. Donkey Kong,
Okay,
King K.
fudge.
Rool, King
That's
DDD.
bestiality.
Wait. Kirby.
Kirby.
Yes,
Wait,
Kirby.
Kirby.
Is Kirby a dude?
Kirby can inhale a dildo, and you can fuck.
Imagine the suction.
And then I have a story to tell.
God.
Somebody wanted me to tell this story. So,
Oh, God.
me and my friends used to play chicken in the street.
What the fuck is chicken in the street?
You would stand in the middle of the road and wait for a car to come, and whoever jumped out of the way last wins.
Oh,
One time, we were doing that in a parking lot. So we would look for cars with their tail lights on, and then we would run at the back of the car. And if sometimes they would pull out, sometimes they wouldn't. Well, this person, I ran into the back and they just hit me.
oh, you actually got hit.
Yeah, going slow, obviously, but yeah, I slammed into the
Okay,
back of a car reversing. A car reversed into me, pretty much.
That reminds me of something.
I was fine, so police or nobody got involved. The person was kind of pissed,
Okay.
but we kind of booled on out of there. There was another time when I dodged out of the way of a car, and I was backpedaling beside the car next to this girl in the window, and she flipped me off and sped away.
Ah, okay.
It was
Oh,
hilarious.
here's another question.
Wait,
Yeah,
I
keep
got
it
to tell
paying.
a story first about cars
Oh,
before
yeah,
you
sure.
ask. I'm sorry. So that Crimby, your story about getting hit by the car reminds me of something. So
Okay, what? Hello?
Well,
Hollywood?
he could hear me because the window rolled down, but I asked him, "Hey, man, it's on my bucket list to be hit by a car. I've always wanted to be hit by one. Can you hit me?" Now, keep in mind,
God.
he drives a 2009 white Dodge Grand Caravan, giant fucking minivan. I'm talking weighs like 20 fucking tons. Probably not, but it's fucking heavy. So he starts driving. I'm about 5 feet away from the front of the car. So he drives, I would say, under a mile an hour. And he bumps into me. Knocks me to the fucking ground. And I stood up. And I started laughing. It was fucking awesome. But, like, it fucking knocked me to the ground. He was going under a mile per hour. And still managed to knock me down with that shit. So, I've been hit by a car.
All right, I'm going to read some of the questions in the
Go ahead,
questions
question.
channel.
Someone had a question first.
All right.
You had a
If you
question,
could
right?
bang, yeah, there's actually one question on here. If you could bang any female video game character, who would you pick? Definitely Metroid.
Samus, or Samus or the
Samus,
baby
Samus.
Metroid.
Yeah.
baby. Jeez.
Samus.
Oh, you're talking about the actual fucking match.
Mother Brain, definitely.
Samus.
I'd have to say either Samus or what the fuck?
So I'm gonna ask.
or the version
I'm
of
gonna-
Zelda
I'm gonna-
from Twilight Princess.
I'm gonna ask
gonna be-
something. Skyward
gonna be a
Sword.
No. I have a serious answer to that question. Before.
Skyward Sword Zelda's better than any other version of Zelda. She is best waifu.
Okay, yeah.
Crimby,
But what,
you have.
what about
Crimby,
what about Imp
Hold on.
Midna? Imp form of Midna.
Crimby,
What?
you have good fucking taste. Skyward Zelda is fucking
I agree.
awesome.
But what about
What?
trunk.
Yeah, dude.
Anyways, I'm gonna be a fucking furry degenerate and say Felicia from Darkstalkers.
What about
Technically, you're only half furry.
Rouge the Bat? Rouge the Bat from Sonic? I mean, that's not. Yeah, Rouge the Bat.
That's
from
an
Sonic.
obvious choice. Get it out of here.
But yeah,
Nah,
no,
but do me's that are created in the me character creation screen count as Nintendo characters?
yes, I would say
Sure.
so.
Why
Then
not?
the me I created of my girlfriend.
Okay, that's a wholesome answer. All right, let's read some questions.
All right. When is the Hollywood and Crimpy post-punk extravaganza experience going to start making music? I don't know. Sometime this week, maybe. What will
If
the
you want to start tonight after the show, let me know.
Probably not.
Okay.
What will the debut album
This
of
is
the
shit.
What would the debut album of the Hollywood and Crimpy post-punk extravaganza experience be called? Either September Jefferson, or THC, probably.
This is some bullshit. Not-
Penis. Yes.
That's
Penis.
a question. Yes.
Penis.
I have one.
When will the Hollywood and Crimpy post-punk extravaganza experience play a sold-out show at Wembley Stadium? When we get popular enough to get a gig at Wembley Stadium.
I give it 15 years.
Is the Hollywood and Crimpy post-punk experience a name for the that you and I can both agree on? We're gonna have to workshop
Okay.
it.
Are y'all gonna play at the Madison Square Garden?
One day.
One day, yeah, maybe. If we can't agree on calling the Hollywood post-punk extravaganza the Hollywood and Crimpy post-punk extravaganza experience, is there another name that you'd like to put on the table? Mega Block Pope, Dad ZD,
I like Dad ZD.
Ghost, but it's spelled Ghost.
Geo.
Gorillas, except instead of it being gorillas with a Z, it's just gorillas with an S.
I'm happy. I ain't happy.
What about we
Feeling
call ourselves the Beatles, but instead of being spelled Beatles, just Beetles.
Beetlesz.
Yes, Beatles.
No. You got to call yourself the Beat Owls.
No, you know what we got to do?
The
The
Beats.
John Lennon, Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr, George Harrison experience. That's what we call ourselves.
And Harry, by the way, you know what would be a cool thing we could do? We could stream our first workshop session of writing stuff.
I'm up for that.
Anyway, though, car broke? No. Phone? Yes.
Oh.
Answer, please.
Oh, I have an answer for these.
First one, pretty fucking good.
Second one, I'm kind of scared. Third one, I'm
Terrified.
fucking.
And
yeah.
then the same person asked, "Does your band need a flautist?" Possibly. It depends on.
Possibly. We
I
can
mean,
write a song.
we both agreed that post-punk and prog would be the kind of two genres,
Also,
right?
I want to say, even if we use post-punk or prog as an influence, I don't want to be like bound by the
Specifically,
genre.
oh yeah, no, dude. That's
'Cause,
what
like-
happened. That's what happened to my first band. We bound ourselves down to a genre, and it did not go well.
Like I actually a couple days ago, I posted on Reddit. There's one subreddit there called Bedroom Bands where you post something finding people to collaborate with, and I said I'm looking for a guitarist to work on psychedelic prog rock with. And a guy got back to me. We started talking, and then I realized that he wanted to make heavy shred metal, only heavy shred metal. So I just
Only like thrash shit.
like shreddy shit,
So like more
shreddy metalcore.
like metalcore, yeah.
Yes. And I don't wanna do that. I've honestly been trying to. So I've been a metal musician for a long time. I've honestly gotten kind of bored of playing it. I still love listening to it.
I listen to metal, but the stuff I want to play is not metal.
Yeah, I don't.
I like to listen to metal. I love metal, but I also love, jazz.
Oh, I love all
indie rock.
kinds of-
Like
but
if you guys
Yeah.
heard of if you guys have ever heard of Guster,
Yeah,
I,
definitely.
yeah,
I'm not actually.
that's the kind of stuff I want to write. Stuff like Quicksand, I want to write stuff like that. Stuff like that. That's the kind of. Actually, you know what? A band that Mr. Scarab Crever, who was on an episode of the podcast, episode 3, he told me about Jethro Tull. That is stuff that like
Those
Rush,
guys are
Jethro
fucking
Tull, that kind of shit. That's cool. By the way, to answer your question about my experience as football, Chris, I'm saving that for an episode where there will be certain guests on because it'll be more pertinent to what we're talking about at the time.
Also, Crimby, speaking of bands you should check out, since we're going to be doing music stuff now, I think it'd be cool to check them out so you know like kind of stuff I listen to.
Yeah.
Have you ever listened to Porcupine Tree?
You asked me about this.
Oh,
last
I love
episode,
Porcupine Tree.
Actually.
I don't remember asking that, but
Yeah.
check out.
Actually, nobody will remember you asking that because that episode's gone because I fucked
Oh
up.
yeah, baseball episode. But Crimby, I will after the show. I'll send you a link to some of their songs for you to check out. They're fucking awesome.
Do you believe in the god known as Tim Allen?
You mean the
Obviously.
hunk, Tim Allen? The hunk?
The hunk himself.
The god known as the hunk known as Tim Allen.
17th century bronze goat statue. That is definitely. That is definitely
a 17th century bronze goat statue.
Let's see. How long have we been going for? Hour 15. I mean, do you guys have anything else you want to talk about?
I'm just posting a question really quick, and then we can answer that. Then I think that's it. I was gonna post a question quickly. Hold on 1 second. Let's see.
Gary
Hold on.
Oldman.
I'm just looking for a question to post. 1 second.
Dude, fucking.
I'm trying to find a question to post. Where is that one picture I have of my? There it is.
Oh yeah, somebody posted that they liked the Cloverfield paradox because it's funny. See,
we have a new question.
on the topic of horror, well, first let me talk about this horror movies, right? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Okay, on the topic of horror movies, a good horror movie scares you.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean a bad horror movie isn't unwatchable. Like it's not that they can't be enjoyed, but it's not a good horror movie. If that makes any sense. Like you can still enjoy a bad horror movie because most of the time they change from horror to comedy. Like honestly, I watched The Conjuring 1 and 2. Did not get scared. I was laughing my ass off the whole time I was watching those two movies.
The first Conjuring actually freaked me out, but I was like 13 when I saw it, so.
Owl legs? Yes.
You ignored my question.
Thoughts on Chines? On Chines.
It's just a risky quote.
Let's not speak that name here.
It's okay. What if I post a quote using his actual username?
Fucking
Here you go.
Clay165. Well, he still has me. I still have him friended on Discord, I'm decently sure.
Has he tried to talk to you?
No.
But we have a new question posted. Titled Thoughts Part 2.
Why are you old?
No, the story behind that, you see that he actually called me there. I was in a voice chat with a couple of you guys in the legal hotline Discord server.
Yeah.
And out of nowhere, I hear my Discord start to ring. Risky's calling me, and I picked up. I'm like, what's up, dude? Like, it was really weird. And he says, "Can I do an Indian accent on your show later?" I'm like, "Why are you calling me and asking that?" So I just told him, "Okay, fine." And then a couple minutes later, he pings me multiple times, like as you can see in the picture, and asked me why I'm old. And I never responded.
Okay. To answer your question, the first picture is our first album. The second picture is the second album.
Ah.
Wait, what?
Nothing. I'm in a band with, the guy Scarab Caver. We're in a band called Peter and the Dudes.
Hey,
and
Grim.
What's up?
Ever heard of the band Scar Symmetry by any chance?
I feel like I've heard that name before. I feel like I've heard of them. I don't know.
Check them out. They are absolutely amazing. They mix fucking. They mix fucking like heavy metal with fucking old school prog rock. Oh, it's fucking amazing shit.
I'll check these guys out. Do you have Spotify?
I
do.
I do have Spotify. I barely use it though.
Do you have like premium or?
No. Oh, I think I still have premium because I actually I logged into my phone as I logged into my friend Tanner's premium one time and I just never logged out.
Well,
And he was chill with me using it, by the way.
oh, so you still have access then?
I don't know if he has premium anymore, but the problem is, whenever he listens to music on it, I see it on my phone too. So like,
Okay,
he
I
would
was
be
just
listening to
asking
like.
because-
No, I don't. I'm not paying for premium because like, if I
No, I'm not
like
asking
if
you.
if I like a band enough to pay money, I'm going to buy an album. I'm not going to buy a premium
I
membership.
pay for premium, but
Understood.
I pay for premium, but if I find a band I like, I will go out and buy their albums like from their website. But like, no, I was just asking because I was gonna throw together a Porcupine Tree playlist for you to check out. So I'll make it on YouTube. I'll make that on YouTube.
No,
So what I
you can
missed-
send it to me if you. I mean, I have a Spotify account. I have my own account. I just
Yeah,
never use
but
the
if it's
app.
not premium, then it has the ads.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, just put it
So
together
you-
on YouTube because that's what I use to listen to new bands anyway.
Yeah.
I
And-
know this may be late, but I have a thing for the Kid Link comment.
I'm going to jail!
Oh no. That was pretty fucking good.
Just kidding, that was
Oh.
funny.
That I'm back. What I miss?
We were just talking about music.
Talking about making a playlist for Crimby with Porcupine Tree in it.
Yeah, but I don't know.
So, speaking of Porcupine Tree, have you ever listened to Steven Wilson's solo stuff?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm a
It's
big
fucking
fan of his
phenomenal.
solo stuff.
It's fucking phenomenal.
It's amazing shit.
I love his
Especially
solo.
Pariah.
Pariah's a great song. I think my
Driving
favorite
Home,
solo
good
album
song.
by him is "And Cannot Erase." That was a good album.
Oh yeah.
Great album.
Refuge, good up.
Refuge
Good
is
song.
great.
Yeah,
I love his vocals on Refuge.
I mean, I don't know what you're talking about, but I agree.
We're talking about prog rock, prog metal, shit
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, I know. I
per-
know. It's just like I haven't heard these songs, but I agree that they're probably good.
Oh
They
yeah.
are.
Let's see here. I think one genre that I can probably get people interested in is black metal per se. I've been trying to get people into certain bands in order for them to start the journey to develop the taste for black metal. It's a palatable taste and whatnot. I would definitely recommend something like atmospheric black metal. Since it's a lot more palatable towards a first-time listener of that certain style,
Yeah.
or maybe some alternative form of black.
I mean,
You know?
I don't like I don't know. I don't like listening to black metal or grindcore stuff. It's just not my cup of tea. And I've
I
listened to
saw a
stuff like that
band
before.
live once.
Yeah, I'm just more of a. I mean, one of my favorite metal bands is Slipknot, and
Yeah.
then like I like symphonic metal. I like proggy shit. I like deathcore. Sometimes metalcore, but like there's certain vocals that I prefer over others. You know what I mean? Because a lot of the time for some reason I listen to most of the metal I listen to is stuff that I know I could perform in the future, if that makes any sense. I don't my vocal range is not suited to certain things like that, and if I can't imagine, I know this is a weird way to listen to music, but if I can't imagine myself performing it, I usually don't listen to it. It's weird.
That's what I like
Yeah.
about Porcupine Tree so much because I could actually see myself getting up on a stage with an acoustic guitar and playing.
Because it's like I've been playing guitar since I was 7. So like
Yeah.
fucking 11 years now, and I've been performing for 6 years,
Right.
and like it's a different thing. Like I've played a lot of live shows and stuff, and it's a different experience. Like you see, I mean, once you start learning music, you see it differently, but performing it's even like the difference is even more there,
Right.
like you think about stuff differently when you're writing and stuff, because when I do writing, I don't think of recording. I think of live shows, but that's because I have more experience playing live than I do with recording.
I actually really fucking like listening to live performances more than studio recordings.
Well, I'm just gonna say the best way to if you're doing covers, the best way to prepare for a live show is don't practice based off the recording. Practice based off of a live recording of the show.
I'm also of the opinion that if you're doing a cover, make it your own too.
That too, like we did that with recently we were doing a Black Sabbath show, and we did that with we did Pantera's cover of Hole in the Sky, but we added a breakdown at the end.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
And then we did that with a few other songs, like Fairies Wear Boots. We took it and changed stuff around with it. I don't know. It's like that show got rained out though. It kind of sucked.
Oh, that sucks.
I was like, it was thunder and lightning, and it was raining, and I was like, this is like the perfect ambiance for a Sabbath show, but we're not gonna play. It's like, come on. But I guess it was our faults. We pissed off God because we were trying to play Sabbath on a Sunday. We were playing Black Sabbath while church was in session. It wasn't gonna go well.
Damn.
I thought it would go amazing.
Pantera
the sky turn black, make it rain blood, fucking demons crawling out of the ground.
Oh yeah, I was supposed to do. I was gonna perform "Disciple" by Slayer.
Oh hell yeah!
I couldn't because we didn't have time to practice it. So we did the Metal by Tenacious D instead, which was way easier to polish.
Right.
And dude, I love Tenacious D.
Yeah.
I love
So do
Tenacious D.
This is a song. No.
I feel like fucking of all the people that are my inspirations, Jack Black is one of my biggest inspirations.
Jack Black is fucking awesome.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
I feel like I'm
Your baby,
I feel like
but all I can think about is Cuba.
Kielbasa sausage, your butt cheeks is warm.
Also, Crimby, I just sent you a link to the playlist.
Yeah, I saw it. I'll check that out later, probably.
I hope
Planet
you don't mind really long
Caravan,
time.
that was a song.
What song?
Planet Caravan was the song I was thinking of. You mentioned Pantera's cover, and
Of Hole in the Sky?
I'll have to give that a listen, but I know they also did Planet Caravan.
They did
Right.
Planet Caravan?
Yeah.
That's unexpected. Well, actually, you know what? If you listen to Cemetery Gates, it's not that unexpected anymore.
Yeah, I posted it in your general.
Let me see this shit. That is something that... Because I'm curious.
I posted it in your general, yeah.
Oh. I want to get to some of the vocals.
Hey, question.
Damn,
do you guys
they actually did it.
do you guys remember a time a few nights ago when I posted some fucked up shit on my Twitter account?
I don't remember that.
I don't have Twitter.
Oh,
You should
Well-
get Twitter.
No.
okay. So, I went over to the Gizzard Dome. My friend Gizzard's, the server. I went over there and
Yeah.
I went over to the Bonner section just to look at the massive work, and there was some of the weirdest porn that I've ever seen. So I
Hey,
downloaded it and posted it to Twitter.
Stop.
Yo.
There's an unwritten rule in Gizzard Dome. What goes in Bonner stays in Bonner. So you're forbidden to talk about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
okay.
not
No,
a...
you can talk about it. It's fine. It's not a big deal.
I mean, I'm going to
All
tell you
you're
something,
doing is
Tone.
something a secret.
Once
a
we,
secret magic.
I'm just going to tell you, once we're in, once we're off the air, then we can talk about it, but...
Well, we can
Yeah.
talk about it now too.
No.
Anyway, yeah, I found some porn on some Discord server I happen to be in, and then I just posted it on Twitter. Have people just react to it.
See, that's
Jesus.
good. That's a good...
You know what, Tone?
that's a
I
good-
got an idea for a stream that you could do, Tone.
Okay, what is it?
Porn reactions with Tone.
Like,
And you could post it on Pornhub.
Yeah.
And it's like,
it's
it's
just like watch
it's
the
like
video.
it's like have you ever seen those fucking like cock hero playthroughs on Pornhub, like where it's like a video
Oh,
of
yeah,
a
yeah.
guy jacking off to a video?
The fuck?
yeah.
It's like a fucking Let's Play, except instead of the guy's face in the cam, it's his dick.
Have you guys ever okay?
It'd be like
so
that, except you're fully clothed.
What is your guys' opinion on porn where the man makes a lot of noise?
Fuck it.
I don't
I
like
can't.
it.
I only watch solo female if I watch porn.
I either go for solo female or lesbian.
I don't watch lesbian anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
I watch a lot of femboy
Oh, actually,
porn.
you want to know why? It's because I can't watch like I can still watch hentai, but I can't watch live action stuff
It's
because
called
I
hentai,
start
and it's
watching
art.
live action stuff. I start thinking about my girlfriend, and then I just
Right.
go look at pictures of her instead. You know.
That's honestly really wholesome.
It's called
You gotta-
hentai, and
you gotta
it's
have a
art.
wholesome-
And by the
stroke.
way, the myth about like just because I have a girlfriend doesn't mean that I just jack off less often than I used to.
Yeah.
Also, to answer your question about the man, did you all forget about this, Jim?
Wait, about who?
That scream.
Oh.
That's from a porn.
Yeah,
shit you
isn't
not.
that's not even gay porn, right? That's like a straight, like a man on woman porn.
That's a man on a woman, and the guy climaxes so hard he lets out this godly scream.
How the fuck did we get on this topic?
because Harry brought up, man porn or some shit.
Okay, so have you guys ever heard of that one guy in porn? I'm not sure if this is like an urban legend or not. I'm pretty sure it's real. But there's this one male porn star who apparently, I've never come across any of his videos. I hope that I do one day. But apparently, every time he's about to, have a release, he screams, "Drop in a load!" and like does like a close up of his face or something. I don't know. But apparently, that's the guy who does that.
That sounds like that's probably happened more than once. Like more than one person has done that.
I don't know if I ever do porn, I'll do it. But
Dude, I would fucking hate doing porn.
yeah,
I don't wanna.
I don't want to either.
I've never
Terrible.
wanted. Even when I was single, I didn't want to.
It seems like a terrible fucking cause like the risk of STDs and shit. Like that's one thing.
Well, not
but
just
also,
that. It's just like it takes sex, which is supposed to be something fun, and it makes it your job.
Yeah, and also like I could definitely see it. Being like a barrier between you and a potential romantic relationship.
Oh yeah, like fucking plenty of female porn stars complain about that shit.
Oh yeah.
But that's because like I'm just gonna say it outright. Like you'll watch these videos like it's because a lot of dudes are scared off because they've been fucked by other dudes on video.
Yeah.
But also dudes are scared off because like they're like, oh, I've been fucked by a dude like she's been fucked by a dude like Johnny Sins. How am I gonna stack up? And it's like
Yeah.
If you watch porn videos, the chicks aren't actually enjoying themselves. If you compare,
You can actually see if you actually look closely in their eyes,
and also
like,
if you've had sex in real life with the girl before that you were in a relationship with, you can tell the difference.
Yep.
You can tell the difference because
that's also part of the reason
as
why
someone
I like
as someone who has boned in a relationship and outside of relationships, right?
Yeah.
It's not about what you're doing. It's who you're doing it with.
Right.
That's what makes fucking special.
You see, that's why I like watching the amateur shit more because,
It's probably a couple and
Yeah,
the
that
girls
are
actually
do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a fucking production where they'll. No, I've seen production shit where it's like they'll leave in a blooper and it'll be like they'll be going to town, right? And then the cameraman will be like, "All right, stop everything you're doing right now. I'm changing angles."
Look, if a porno is filmed with a cameraman, odds are I won't like it.
Unless the
feels
cameraman
weird.
is the guy who's getting
Well,
fucked.
yes, unless, but for the most part, if it's
Well, hold
If
on,
it's
hold
not-
on.
if it's
Isn't
not a
that
POV
POV though?
Yeah, that's POV.
Yeah, POV.
But if it's not a POV scene though, and the camera's not on a fucking tripod or whatever, it's fucking weird knowing that you're watching two people have sex through the eyes of somebody else watching.
Well,
You know?
like I said, it's like they'll stop them in the middle. So like if you ever fucked, it's like you get into a rhythm with it and it starts, doing good and it's nice. But then
And then you get stopped in
if
the middle of it.
you get stopped in the middle of that moment, then
It was gone.
you won't be feeling it. Well,
As Risky said once, as the late and great Risky said once, he's not actually dead, but it's more dramatic that way.
I wish he was.
One time Risky said, "Let them just flow," and I think that applies perfectly here.
Yeah.
He actually did say that, by the way. I have the screenshot to prove it.
Okay, I mean, I don't. You can say that Risty said like anything, and I would believe you.
He definitely did say, "Let it just flow," and I had no idea what it meant, but now I do.
All right. On that note, I think it's time to say goodbye.
We're ending.
Yeah.
In that case, okay, Crimby's holding me hostage. Please help.